Welcome, everybody, to the relaunch of 8192 The Truth. I am Joel Supernaw. We are here with Lad Supernaw and Scott Davenport today. I also have Brother Sin, Kevin Senier. He might pop in, he might not. He is my partner in crime. We are going to rebrand the 8192 The Truth. And today we're going to have some fun. Today we are going to have a discussion about the Team Quest, the USA Auto round robin fantasy fights. We have a 4-man tournament. The number 1 seed of the tournament is Randy the Natural Couture. The number 2 seed is Dangerous Dan Henderson or Dan Hollywood Henderson or Right Hand Henderson, whatever. The number 3 is Matt Lindland. These are the prime. We're taking the prime of these guys. Matt Lindland is the number 3 seed, and the number 4 seed is Chael Sonnen. We're gonna fight a round robin, and then we're gonna discuss it, and then I'm gonna have Randy on later to see what he thinks. All right, first matchup, we're gonna go to Davenport. Randy, the number 1 seed versus the number 4 seed. Randy versus Chael.
I think Randy wins and Chael makes the most money.
How's the fight go down?
Man, I think it's like Randy's just got that big brother thing going, and I think Chael gets a takedown early on, and then Randy puts him in the corner and beats his ass the rest of the fight.
Hold on. They don't know each other. They've never trained with each other. They're prime Randy, prime Chael. There's no in the fantasy. They don't have any training together. Does that change it at all?
Is the fight at heavyweight or 205?
205. 205. This whole tournament is at 205.
I still got to go with Randy, man. Randy's just, Randy's just Randy, man. Randy's the man.
All right, you might have wanted to have a cup of coffee this morning. Chael, or not Chael, but Lad, what do you got?
Man, I was going to say Randy all day, but Prime Chael versus Prime Randy. Prime Chael might have some moments in that fight. But, I think Prime Chael may win barely the first 2 rounds, and then Randy beats on him in the 3rd or 4th round by TKO.
He stops him.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go. Man, that's a tough one. I'm going to go with RC. I'm going to go with RC by decision. And it's going to be a war. I think Chael wins the first round. I think Randy comes back and wins the 2nd round. Chael wins the 3rd round. And then Randy blankets him rounds 3 and 4. Or 4 and 5. So seeds hold up there. Now we're going Randy versus Lindland.
Randy all day. I think Randy, he's just, these guys got similar styles, but I think Randy just kind of had that, I don't know if it's more confidence or, he just kind of had that dominating thing about him. I think he would just overpower Lindland.
Lad?
I think it'd be a more competitive fight, but Randy, obviously, because I think he has a bit better cardio, and not that Matt has any issues with his cardio. He's a cardio machine himself, but I think Randy would eventually wear him down with his pressure and with his clinch, and I also think he would stop Matt Lindland in the later rounds.
All right, well, I don't know how many times Lindland can get up in this fight. If Lindland can get up off of the bottom and scramble, I would have Matt actually leading the fight through the first 3 rounds and Randy stopping him in the 4th.
Wait, now so are we assuming that Lindland beat Henderson?
No, I'm going through these. I'm going through these in order. We'll get to the next one. It's a round robin. So now we're gonna go. We all agree Randy wins those 3 matches. Now we're gonna go for the number 2 slot, and the number 2 slot. We're going with Chael. Chael versus Lindland.
Oh,
I think I got Chael. I think Chael would beat Lindland.
How's it happen?
I think Chael would beat Lindland as well. I mean, because Chael has the age factor on his side. He's a bit younger. He's younger than Matt Lindland, and he also when he was in his prime, hardly anybody could get up when Chael was on top of guys. So
Matt's getting up in that fight.
I think Chael just outpoints him.
I think it'd be kind of like. I think it'd be kind of like Bisping versus Chael, except it'd be more wrestling based.
Whoa, buddy. So, man, that's a great fight. I'm going to go split decision on that one, and I'm going to give it to Lindland. And the way Lindland's going to win is he's going to get up off the bottom, and he's going to beat him in the clinch. It's going to be a split decision. The people are going to be booing me, but I'm going to go with Lindland. Lindland gets a win on that one.
Wait, real quick, I just want to ask you guys. So Chael in his prime versus Randy in his prime, Chael's wrestling stands up to Randy's?
If I'm being honest, no, nobody beats The Rock.
Randy
No,
just kills him, right?
I mean,
in all reality.
Chael, Brandy was a 4-time Olympic alternate, and Chael was a mere 2-time national champion. And Chael never really went to the Olympics. They said he was an Olympic alternate, but that was not true. They said that about all good wrestlers.
I mean, Chael's got the double leg, and he's got the athleticism, but it's not going to work on Randy.
Well, that's not true. That's not true. But moving on. Now we got Chael versus Danny.
Nobody beats Danny. He's got the H-bomb. He wins the whole damn thing.
You already picked Randy beating Danny. Oh no, I didn't have that one.
And you did not.
You never did it.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll go back to that one. Let's go. Sorry about that. We'll go back. So Randy versus Danny.
Danny fakes the takedown and KOs Randy.
Vlad?
I'm going to have to pick against Randy for this one. I mean, I think because they're both great wrestlers, and I think Danny would. I think it'd kind of be like the Randy Pedro fight, the first one. But I mean, it's going to be a split decision to Dan Henderson.
Wow. Okay. Well, you guys are both high. Randy, prime Randy's not getting knocked out by that punch. He's just not. Randy's gonna take him down, and he's gonna pound on him. And it's gonna take 5 rounds, but it's gonna be a blanket session, and Randy wins that fight.
I'm flipping for Randy.
All right, now let's go to Chael versus Danny.
Damn.
Definitely Dan. I mean, he's got that H-bomb with him, and when Dan uses that wrestling, he's usually pretty good with it. I mean, the Randy Dan thing, it was a toss-up. It was hard for me to go against him. But, flip a coin and it may be different. But I'm going with Danny beating Chael.
Scott?
I think that it could go either way. It just depends. It depends on. I think Hendo's a little more consistent, and you know what he's going to do. I mean, he's going to try to take your head off, and it just depends on Chael how he shows up. I mean, if it's the best Chael, he could win. But
yeah, same. I think what people forget about Prime Chael is that he would hardly get hit. He would just take his opponents down, and hey,
you know what Dad told me, lad? You know how to hit Chael Sonnen? Do you know how to?
What?
Throw a punch. Throw a punch. No, he never met a punch he didn't like. Chael blankets Danny, takes him down, controls the fight, wins that fight. I see that one as one of the easier picks, actually.
Really?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to kind of change my mind on this one because, I mean,
do you want to change your mind on Randy versus Danny? You realize when we go to Vegas, we stay at Randy's house.
Randy definitely is. I just had to make it entertaining. But I don't know. Hendo's got that freaking. I mean, I think Hendo
you do have a point on this one. You do. Prime Randy does not get knocked out by that punch, and you are right on with that fact. I mean, as Randy got older, his chin kind of declined. So I'm going to go with Randy by split decision.
All right. So I'm glad I could talk you into that. I am also going to change my mind on Linland versus Chael. I'm going to give the decision to Chael.
Really? Why did you change your mind?
Well, because if Chael watches this, he'll lose his shit. So we'll go with that. So I'm kind of covered.
Don't just do it for Chael. Get your honest opinion. I mean, a split decision. I mean,
man, I tell you, my honest opinion is Linland wins. Man, that was a dog. That was a goddamn dog in his prime. Oh my God, that fight would have been so brutal.
I think Chael on his best day could win any fight, but it's hard to. These matchups are so hard right here. This is such a crazy freaking scenario.
I've never thought about these fights ever.
I have. I watched them happen.
Because it's best prime versus best prime, right? Is what we're talking about.
We're not talking best. I'm talking the best. And if we were talking about, the best Randy was actually the best Randy. In my case, was right before he fought Rico Rodriguez, and I know he lost that fight, but he was such an animal. And what he was doing, all this work in the clinch and everything, he got caught and he got hurt and this, that, and the other. But that Randy doesn't get beat by too many people. Let's go to Danny and Linland.
That's a great fight. Oh.
You're basically giving me a heart attack when I pick these fights. So, I'm going to go with Linland. I mean,
how's Linland beat him?
I think Linland just basically dogs him in the clinch and takes him down. But with his power, I mean, Matt might get knocked down a couple times. So
Linland's not going to watch this, right?
Probably not.
I think if anybody watches this, they would be pissed off.
No, I don't think so. Trust me, I'm gonna ask Randy the same things.
I gotta go with Hendo by knockout. That guy hits so damn hard.
Man, I don't know, man. I tell you, I don't think he knocks Matt out. Prime Matt, silver medalist in the Olympics. Matt got caught in a tough spot because his MMA game kind of never got to materialize. But I go with Danny. Goddamn, I go with Danny in a tough knockdown drag out fight. Did I miss any fights? Did I match any of these? We get them all. Because that one.
Did we get Randy versus? Okay, we got Randy versus Dan. Did we get Randy versus Matt?
Yeah, I think we did.
What about versus Chael? Did we do that one?
Which one?
Chael versus Hendo?
Yeah, we did.
We literally just talked about that. Like that was like we like just a second ago.
Yeah.
We could literally be almost talking about it right now.
Yeah.
Lost in the maze of confusion. Right?
All right, so the way it works out is because of your flopping from Randy beats Danny, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Randy's number 1. We got Chael at number 2, Danny at number 3, and Lindland at number 4. I think it's the way the match.
Number 4, really?
Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
It's so
I tell you real quick, if I've ever done anything real quick other than give somebody a bid, 1,800, gotta go. Is when all these guys were in the back of the dealership and they were fighting. You got to understand that the MMA it wasn't as advanced as is now. We went and looked into putting cameras up and letting people watch the sparring, but it was like 20 grand, and that's when wireless didn't even exist, so we didn't do it. But goddamn, it would have been pretty cool to watch. I look forward to talking to Randy about these, and I look forward to you, Scott, actually going out and doing the workout I told you to do yesterday. Who goes for a 6-hour bike ride?
Me.
Like, are you training for the triathlon? 6 hours? How far did you go in 6 hours?
I don't even know, man, but I freaking was hurting.
I think you went probably at least 70 miles.
Did you get a workout in yesterday, lad?
Not really. I mean, I went outside and stuff, but would I consider it a workout? No.
All right, so do this, lad. You know those headphones you got? We spent like $1 million on getting you different headphones. Put those on, walk across the street to Rosemont, and run around that track today.
I will for sure do that.
Wash your hands and be clean. Davenport, thank you. This is a pretty cool format. I like this.
Yeah, I like this too.
This is great.
I thought this was going to go on forever. So did Randy get beat? Randy didn't get. Oh no, he got beat twice or once. You beat him.
Like, I mean, the Randy Dan picks was pretty tough.
If it's a heavyweight, I think Randy easily beats him. But at 205, Danny's kind of got a chance, I think.
Yeah, I'll finish this up with a Greco-Roman story. So we had a weight belt in the back of the dealership, and we called it the Greco-Roman World Championship. And I actually held it. Chael had it once, and I beat Chael. But when I beat Chael, I was also the referee. So he got screwed really, really bad. I mean,
What?
He had some really, really bad calls. But
this is great.
So
I think
you because you were also the ref.
we were wrestling and I was the ref. It was pretty fugazi, but at one time I was the USA Auto Greco-Roman world champion. But to speak on that real quick, before Matt wrestled in the world championships in 2001, him and Randy went at it, and it was probably one of the best Greco-Roman matches I'd ever watched, and Lindland won.
Wow. Lindland beat Randy in a Greco-Roman match. That is insane.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for figuring this Skype thing out.
Hey, Dad, can I ask you a question real quick?
Sure.
Who did you legitimately beat in the Greco-Roman match?
What do you mean? None of those guys. Actually, I'd have got Lindland way back when he was at Clackamas. I could throw him around like a rag doll. But Prime Joel versus Prime Joel doesn't do too well on this page. I'm a no. Prime Joel's an ofer.
Probably. Yeah. You're welcome.
Wait, so that's funny. Does well against Randy, Prime versus Prime.
Who's that?
Chael's wrestling versus Randy.
Yeah, well, listen, I tell you, Chael was. I told this for years. If Chael could have ever got over the mental side of this thing, when Chael was actually at his prime, when he was way back before you guys know, and he didn't have that many fights, but his style, yeah, Chael could beat Randy if he could get it out of his head. I mean, talent-wise, athletic-wise, all that, Prime Chael beats them all. But you put the mental side into it.
Mental-wise, Prime Chael beats them all.
That's awesome.
That.
But not in Greco.
I might fall over on this freaking. I mean, this is amazing.
But not in Greco.
Freestyle.
Say it in a sentence. Chael Sonnen would beat them all if he got over the mental hump. That sentence.
Now, that's an easy thing to say. No, seriously, if he would have, if he could have worked, if he could have done half the stuff that I watched him do in the back of that dealership in real fights, he'd have never got touched. This thing with no crowds, this thing that's going on now with no crowds, that would have been interesting because a crowd brings a whole different avenue into things.
Chael would have probably had at least 3 to 6 world titles if he had the mental strength that Randy did.
All right,
but Chael still gets paid the most.
No,
gets paid the most.
You're wrong about that, buddy. Ain't none of them made as much money as The Rock.
Yeah, The Rock was the highest paid fighter for a couple years. I mean,
yeah, and we don't even know his ducats. He keeps his loot. He's probably got gold buried.
Like he's got 1,000 belts. Randy's got 1,000 belts.
He does. He's got 1,000 belts. All right, guys. This worked out pretty well. I think we're building steam. 8192, the relaunch, is back in action.
I think we agreed at the end though that the Prime Chael wins the whole thing.
Well, if you could put Rand, or actually if you put Lindland, Lindland's competitive brain inside Chael's athletic body, he never loses. Never. Because nobody did more with less than Matt Lindland. That dude can't skip a rope. He can't throw a ball.
The thing that everybody can unanimously agree on is that if Chael got over the mental side, and he worked really hard, but if Chael got over the mental side, he would have beaten Anderson Silva.
Well, if Chael, yeah, I don't want to talk about that. It literally just made my stomach hurt.
Let's get out of here.
All right, peace, guys. Thank
You
you.
did beat him. All right.
All right, thanks, lad.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you or anything, but
Get a workout in today, son.
all right.
I hope I don't run into Matt Lindland on the streets anywhere.
Hey, this is the original 8192 shirt where it says, "I won't be wronged. I won't be
Insulted. Yeah.
and I won't be laid a hand on." But the insults just keep coming. Peace.
Yeah. Peace.
He left. See you, brother.
He's all. Are we doing another?